You notice how every month something serious happens to where the media latches on and it's like a whole new big story and everybody's talking about it. Every month there's this new individual that everybody's either laughing at or feeling sympathetic for. And I got to tell you guys, Mr. Minister Dominique Alexander is definitely the poster child for the world's biggest fucking clown slash idiot ever. Okay? Because now that things are starting to die down just a little bit, I can't even say they're dying down, but now that things are moving past Dominique Alexander in the Carmelo Anthony situation, he feels the need to reinsert himself into the conversation, man. I got a video for y'all today. Dominique Alexander just talking about old shit trying to stir up new things, bro. He's using old shit trying to stir up new things, and it's so sad, okay? Because now he's going to release little small details that we didn't know just to rile up certain crowds. So anyways, I'm not even going to talk too much. Let's go ahead and check out this damn video. I threw this up on the front just so you guys could get a smell of the bullshit coming off of this guy. You see that smug little smile he has? It's almost like a little smile, and then it's almost like a mixture of compassion. He's the biggest con artist / moron of 2025, bro. Somebody sent him a letter, and I guess he decided to rage bait some folks. It says, "Hey, dumb D-word Alexander, why don't you stand up for good people? You scratched out, you big dumb dick. You're an idiot, complete idiot. Hashtag MAGA." I feel like he added the MAGA part at the bottom just to rile up certain people. I could promise you, listen, at a certain point, I feel like he wrote that letter to himself. I don't think he's big enough for anybody to waste their time. But anyways, let's roll the film.
Y'all, we wanted to take this moment to be able to educate people on what went on during our press conference that we held here in our office for the Anthony family.
Now, the first thing I wanted to point out is the redundancy, my guy. Oh my God. We know you work for Next Generation Action Network. I bet you all this publicity and he's probably gained like 5 patrons to his name. Nobody likes you. His title pops up, President of the Next Generation Action Network Facility. What a fucking clown. And in the whole video, that shit is just stamped on the side. You're not a news channel. You're not even a YouTuber. This guy is #1 grifter on planet Earth, I feel. Like, listen, he's learned the ways from the people before him. He's studied the books, and here he is. That little compassionate, whiny voice that he has, man, it makes you want to slap the shit out of him. And I'm going to tell you one thing. If anybody really supports this guy, I don't care what side you are, you're brain dead. Because I've seen some wild comments of people actually supporting this brother with 10 plus arrests, beating women, shaking babies, stealing cars, doing all types of shit. If you support that, you're brain dead, and I don't want to be your friend. So leave the channel. What 5 minutes and 48 seconds of recording? Leave, because you're a fucking moron. I don't entertain morons. Anyways, it gets good. Let's do it.
About 11 a.m. was where the press conference was actually supposed to start, right? About 10 a.m., because of the threats that we were receiving, not only against the Anthony family's life, my life, the threats we were getting towards the organization, Dallas Police Department were placed outside of the facility about 10 a.m. That was even before any press got here, anybody got here. Even our own security staff even got here. There were 2 plainclothes intelligence officers from DPD placed inside of the building. When Jeffrey Metcalf walked through the building, he walked past 2 plainclothes DPD officers. We didn't call the police on him. They were already here. We heard so many different gossip bloggers, YouTube, TikTok, Fox News, all of these people talking about, how could you be insensitive to the father? How could you tell him to leave? He's the victim. He's this, he's that. What you're missing, this press conference was not organized by him. This press conference wasn't about him.
No shit, the press conference wasn't about him. You could feel the hatred in his heart. He can't, some people can't see right and wrong. You could really feel the hatred. I don't know who wronged him in his lifetime, but he really don't like that family. And in his mind, he could care less if that kid died. Only thing that matters is that kid is white. Fuck that kid. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Who cares? He wasn't invited. He didn't set it up. Why in the fuck would Austin Metcalf's dad set up a situation for Karmelo Anthony? He was obviously there in protest. But I saw in the comments even, the one thing that he didn't do, for all the people who are like, oh, Karmelo was told to leave and he could have stayed there and he stabbed them because he has the right to stay. Okay, when they asked Austin Metcalf's father to leave, did he stab anybody? I don't think so. I don't think anybody got stabbed. I don't think there's any blood. I think he just left, huh? Maybe that was the whole protest in the first place. Maybe he knew he was going to be asked to leave. But some people they don't be seeing it. Of course he didn't. Oh, he didn't set it up. Oh, he wasn't asked to be there. No shit, Sherlock, you dumbass. How did he even make it this far in life is my question. Probably living off of females. This is the type who lives off of females. They call it a hobosexual. Look it up. It's in the Urban Dictionary. A hobosexual. A man who uses his dick to stay around. That's it. No financial support. But anyways, I digress. Let's continue.
This press conference didn't invite him. It's a private facility. And yet, at the end of the day, it's a criminal case, y'all. It's literally inappropriate, not only ethically, but it's inappropriate for that family to interact. And we don't know what we don't know. And at
the fuck does that mean? Huh?
the end of the day, I have to ensure that the safety of all of the parties are intact. Just someone.
He can't even talk. Are intact. He said something else that was wrong. He goes by the sound of the words. So when he thinks of the word, he doesn't think of the spelling. He just thinks about how people said it one time. So that all of them are intact. What? Are we putting tax on the wall? What?
Showing up at our press conference, we can't just have that. We don't know what it is. But this whole notion that we just went after him and attacked him and just had this vendetta against this father who has lost his child. Look, I've lost a child.
Oh, I love the angle change. You could tell they spent some time on this damn video. He's like, yeah, let me get my good side. Can they see the earrings? Let me get my good side. Ugly ass.
1 year later, after burying my own son, I understand that pain, right? But
listen, first and foremost, condolences to that child. But listen, you don't have the best track record. Who's to say, man? Listen, I don't want to say nothing too reckless. You're on record for shaking up babies, so I wouldn't really bring up burying your son. Condolences to the child, but I would keep that tucked to the heart. I would keep that right here. I wouldn't really speak about it too much. Shit. Man, listen. You can see through this shit. If you're not a dumbass and you're not swayed by emotion, you can actually see through this shit quite easily.
Here's the thing. We didn't even know who he was. That's the crazy part. All of these gossip bloggers and different people rush to do videos and do this. And I really don't care about what no one says about me. I really don't.
Yes,
I don't
you do.
care about the racist pricks who want to say.
And he looked like he stink. He always looked like he stink for some reason. I don't know why. Like his breath stink. Not like his clothes. He smells like cologne and stinky breath. So don't get confused. I don't think he stink. I think he takes a shower, he grooms himself, shoots on but his breath stink. Go check that out, brother. Go check that shit out.
about Dominique and say something about my past. I really, quite frankly, don't. If you personally know me, you know your attacks towards me only do one thing: boost my ego, right? The reality is I really, quite frankly, don't give a damn, right?
Yes, you do. Oh, he
I just
does, ladies and
want you
gentlemen.
to truly understand that. So you attacking my post, you saying my name, you tagging me, you doing all this, that's really not going to help your cause, because I'm tried, tested.
I'm tried, tested, and proven. Man, him and Tiffany should link up and do a podcast together. Two bullshitters. They could probably talk for 3 hours straight, respectively, each, 3 each. That's 6 hours. And not say a goddamn thing. Him and if you listen to the rhetoric, you listen to how they talk, these two are the same person. This is the male Tiffany Hinyard saying nothing. I'm tried, tested, and proven. He said that like 4 or 5 times already. This is his catchphrase now.
Improving, y'all. I've been doing this over 10 years. Yet saying things about me, man, you're gonna waste your time, your speak, your everything. Putting 45 minutes on Instagram or whatever you want to do to say that Dominique Alexander is the Antichrist. I wouldn't give two cahoots, right? Because you don't know me. You don't know anything about me. And yet trying to post my background or whatever it is. Let me say this real quick. I'm the first person to tell my own testimony.
Okay,
Nobody
bro.
has to tell it for me. At the end of the
Hey, listen, I've seen the interviews where he said he's been arrested and shit. He ain't never brought up no baby shaking. Yeah. Nah, he never brought up no baby no shaking the baby around and treating it like a bop it toy. He never brought that part up. So we're just helping you out, bro. We're just you. I know you brought everything forward, but we're just helping you bring the rest of the shit forward. Don't worry, we're just sweeping a few extra things, crumbs. You obviously don't care, Minister Dominique. You know, come on now. We can't call him Mister. That's disrespectful. We have to call him Minister. I made a mistake twice already. Sorry, Minister.
day, I was the most talked about individual over the course of 10 years, right? So trying to use a moment to yet come out and say stuff about my background that I've never hidden. Maybe y'all should do some research to see when my background was actually released. Maybe you should do a research and see how many times on social media I post my mug shots.
Again, I did my research. I ain't never heard nothing about no baby shaking. I indeed did my research.
You ain't got to tell that story. At the end of the day, there's more mug shots than what you actually posted, right? Let me make that very clear. So keep on digging. Do whatever you want to do. Just keep on saying it, whatever it may be. But it's not about that. At the end of the day, when we were trying to secure this facility and secure the press conference, I asked our security staff to keep a lane open straight to the podium so that the family can come in and go right back out. Let me say this. The Anthony family didn't even know that Austin's dad was even in the facility. They didn't know that Austin's dad was here until he was actually removed by DPD. One of our security people asked him to move back. He looked back at him like he was entitled or like he didn't have to move, whatever it may be. We didn't even know who he was at this time. We just asked him to step back. Then one of the members of the media told us that, hey, that's the dad. I said, the dad of who? I said, who? What? He was like, yeah, that's Austin's dad. I said, I know you lying. Like, what? He can't be here. And so what we initiated is making sure that we secured the facility. Let me make this very clear. The Anthony family didn't even know he was here. But how do we know what he came here for? He didn't.
Honestly, I think this is some PR control for him. Not PR control. It's like some damage control because the Anthony family is on his ass. This might not be so much as a public cleanup for himself as much as it is a attempt to make the family feel a bit more better about his services because, a bit more better. What? Make them feel a bit better about his services because listen, they're second guessing his presence. I don't understand how he still is on the family. This is why at some point it's like you got to know this guy is not representing anything that you should be aligned with and you're still going with him. That makes me think about you. So he might be doing all of this shit just trying to appease the family a little bit because they got all this negative press because they have a buffoon, a 10-time plus offender helping them. So I think, the family didn't know it was him. The family didn't know. They had nothing to do with it. It was just all coincidence. It was the media. It was the media who found out. We just found out later on. We didn't know shit. Yeah. All right, bro. Sure. We can't confirm that. But I find it very interesting that he's talking about that situation now. Yeah, they spanked them a little bit and said, you're not getting none of this GoFundMe money. You see these bands coming in? You're not getting none of this GoFundMe shit.
Come and asked or come to us and said, he just stood there. We didn't know what was going on. We didn't know if we started the press conference, and I'm not accusing him of anything. We didn't know if he was going to pull out a gun. We didn't know what we didn't know. But at the end of the day, will we just wait and just say, oh man, just let's start the press conference? We didn't pat anybody down coming into the facility. We didn't.
So now the dad is going to shoot up the whole place. Okay. I mean, that's what he's saying. I didn't say that. That's what he's implying.
Look at everybody. We didn't know, y'all. But these YouTubers and TikTok and all these people started to rush to judgment.
It sucks.
I'm being insensitive.
Oh
I'm being this. I have a press conference with a whole media press corps in a family that I have to ensure the safety of. NGAN had at least 12 people on our security team that day. We could have removed him if we wanted to. We could have literally done that. But no, what we did was we tried, because of the sensitivity of the case, allow DPD to handle it. If anybody that was there, no, we didn't lack security, right? But where he came in and approached, we could not allow him to stay there. Not only outside of the fact that this is a current pending criminal case, right? And the press conference was about the Anthony family and their use of funds. The funds that they have not even received yet at that time. So it wasn't really about the particulars.
They received it now. And I'll tell you what, shit, for general expenses. Yeah, that's everything. Shit. What kind of car you want, son, before you go to jail? Want to get a Range Rover? No, you want a Corvette? Let's get it. Fuck it. Look at these dumbasses. They're pouring this money. Yeah, let's do it. Oh my God, man. People, this country's fucked. This country's fried. Everybody has their own opinion, but I just can't get with the people with the stupid opinion, with the objectively wrong opinion. It's like, what's wrong with you? That's not even an opinion at this point. You're just stupid. You're letting your emotions take control of you. But hey, it's your opinion is your opinion. But if you stand behind Dominique Alexander,
of the case, it was about these false narratives that came out about how they were using their fund. That's it. It was talking about Karmelo's school, whether he'll be able to graduate. It was talking about the threats to their home. It had nothing to do with the particulars of the actual case. What went under the tent? What did this on this rainy day? What's this? What's that? It has nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with what the Anthony family, the mom, the dad, the siblings were experiencing. And so, yes, we asked for him to be removed, not only for just our safety, but also his safety too as well. We don't know what we don't know.
Oh my
And at the end of the day, what
Wow, he really keeps using that phrase. It makes him sound dumber and dumber each time. I didn't think he could get stupider, but he keeps saying it, and his IQ just keeps going down. It keeps getting hit by 1 point every time he says that shit. We don't know what we don't know. Boy, listen. Dominique Alexander is a fucking clown. I don't know what else to tell you guys.
what do I do? Wait until something happens and then stand in front of a camera and say, man, I'm sorry. I hired 12 people to be on the security that day. But you know, when it came to security, I didn't let them secure. I didn't let them do their job. That's what I was supposed to do.
It was the police.
That's stupid. That's ridiculous. This was not an attack on him, but we felt it was very disrespectful on how he came about it and how we, even before you even knew it was a thing, we were asking him repeatedly to leave. And literally, he wouldn't even talk. He wouldn't even say anything. He felt like he could just stand there. That's not right.
Seems like a free country to me.
It was very upsetting to me. It's not right. Because if you're coming here I heard somebody say he was coming there for prayer. He was coming there to come and hug. Well, that wasn't the spirit that we got. There were more than 12, 15 people. Even the media came and approached him. Even DPD plainclothes officers approached him before the uniform officers even arrived.
So he was going to just shoot the spot up, guys. That's what he's saying. That's what he said, not me. He was just going to come and just do some malice, some crazy to that bitch. I highly doubt it. Guess what? He actually doesn't want to throw away the rest of his life because he has a wife and kids. And I guess unlike Karmelo, who threw away his future life with his mom, dad, future wife, future kids, future career, you know, I don't think everybody's built like that is all I'm saying. Granted, Karmelo's young and stupid, but shit, I don't think he would do that. I think you're trying to get people riled up. Like, oh yeah, he came to the thing and he was going to actually hurt people. Yeah. That's what the minister Dominique Alexander said. That's what the minister said. So he was just going to hurt people. Man, listen, if you follow a fucking clown like this with his blurry ass, grayed out alcoholic eyes, you have a problem. Because trust me, I look into his eyes. He's a fucking alcoholic. It doesn't take a genius to understand that. Come on, man. A drink champion over here, 20 years plus.
So at the end of the day, we felt like he was coming in
allegedly
peace. Well, that's a hell of a way of coming in peace. By when someone's approaching you and asking you to step back because you're in a secure lane, they don't even know who you is. You could have been a person of CBS 11 or anything.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
If he would have just stepped back with the when the security asked him to,
oh Jesus,
hell, the media probably wouldn't even notice that he was there. It was because of the confrontation of the security person telling him to move back that the media even noticed him, because he had shades and a sling that they have never saw him in. I don't know this man. I've never saw him a day in my life. So I didn't point him out and say, oh, he got to go. I didn't even know who he was. And so this rush to judgment, these attacks on our organization, the attacks on me or whatever it may be, man, keep them going, right?
Oh yeah, well,
I'm built for that. Okay,
you tried, tested, and proven, right?
I really don't care.
Tried, tested, proven.
We are here for a moment.
Tried.
We will continue to speak truth to power where it's needed. Anybody trying to come or
because you're tried, tested,
shoot
and
shots
proven.
at me, bring them, baby, because I promise you I can stand on mine. 10 toes down, I can stand on mine. I've been doing it for the last 11 years, being the most talked about organization, individual in this 10 years in the Dallas-Fort Worth market. I've traveled across.
I highly doubt that, bro. He probably saw that in some bullshit article that wrote something about him. People laughing at him or something. And he's like, look, they said I'm the most talked about person in the area, babe. And then he goes and beats her, smacks her across the fucking face. Now make me some fucking dinner. No, I'm joking. But yeah, he's really hyped up about that because you notice he's like a broken record. He repeats things. He said that part. He said tried, tested, and proven 3 times. He said He's the most talked about man in his area about 2 times. And he said something else that's like one of his favorite phrases about another 3 times. The man has no sustenance. The man has nothing to say. Bro, he has nothing.
Across this country, I have wins, bona fides, have stood for so many different families when they couldn't even speak for themselves. This is not the first national case. NGAN was the organizer of the McKinney Pool Party incident in 2015. We brought over 25,000 people.
Well, I'm sorry for them because you had a fucking clown represent you.
To McKinney, Texas. That's the largest protest in that city's history. In 2015, more than 10.
All right, I'm tired of hearing him. Oh my God. You know, there's a difference between making noise and making change, okay? There's some people in this world that make change. Beautiful, wonderful black folks, beautiful, wonderful, whoever folks, but in this context, black folks, right? He's not the fuck one of them. He's a noisemaker. He's the one that makes a lot of noise and gets a lot of eyes on him. But at the end of the day, everybody thinks you're a fucking joke. And anybody that stands behind him also gets made a fucking joke. So I say I'm sorry for that family who got tricked into having this demon basically leech off of them to get a few eyes on himself. This shit's insane. Shit's insanity, dog. I promise you. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I just want to update you with the moron Dominique Alexander. There are a few updates about Karmelo Anthony as well, so stay tuned. We will be back. There are a few cases that I've been seeing in the comments that you guys wanted me to cover that are similar, so I'm going to do my best. To all you guys who want me to do a comparison between the 2 cases, I'm going to do my best to get that out to you as soon as I can. Hopefully this week, okay? I'm doing a new PC build, so my uploads are going to be a little interesting. We'll see. This is going to be my long-term PC. This is going to be my work engine. You understand me? I'm talking fast, quick, editing power out the ass. So get ready for video quality to be a lot better. Get ready for just quality of life. Everything that you know about AG Tactical will be a little bit better, a little bit faster, because I'm building a beast. Okay? So bear with me during this trying time of getting my work equipment together. And go to my second channel. I'll do a update on my new PC system. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Stay inside, stay safe. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.